morning, everybody. Gabe Suarez here from Suarez International on a glorious Arizona fall morning. It's starting. I think summer's over at this point. It's 57 degrees this morning, and you can kind of feel a chill in the air. It's been a minute since we've done videos. It's been a crazy year for everybody. Just like last year. Hopefully next year will be different. But anyway, enough of that. Today I want to do a short discourse on rifle platforms because it seems to be something that everybody is interested in again. Now, you'll recall that about, a year and a half ago, we were very deeply focused on shotguns. It was riot season, and the shotgun is a great defensive tool. It's sort of what you take to a pistol fight when you kind of know that the pistol fight is coming. But the shotgun has limits, and although it deploys a great deal of power at close range, it has limits of range. It has other limits, and when the situation calls for extending those limits, rather than try and modify the shotgun to accommodate the situation, just pick a different golf club or a different weapon, such as the rifle. And whenever we talk about rifles, it seems that it becomes a point of contention for some people. So what I want to do on this short drive, and then we'll do some demonstrations afterward. What I want to do on this short drive is to kind of illustrate what I think is important for a rifle in modern 2021 America. All right? Now, the rifles that we're talking about have a very specific purpose. They have nothing at all to do with hunting. Can you hunt with them? Absolutely. Is that what they're created and designed for and so on? Absolutely not. These are weapons that you go and fight other human beings with, ostensibly other human beings that are also armed with rifles or similar weapons. Let's get all that sporting nonsense, all of that gaming nonsense. It's got nothing to do with competition. It's got nothing to do with hunting animals. These are specifically intended to shoot other human beings that are trying to do you harm or planning to do you harm. Okay, so get that off the table. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is caliber. We can argue about 6.8, 6.5, 7.62 by 39, 308, 300 black, whatever else you want to argue about. Look, here's the reality. The rifles for the purpose that we're talking about today need to be in 5.56 NATO. Why is that? Because that's the most common caliber that you're going to find in the United States today. If you stop at a place where your local first responder, law enforcement are having coffee or lunch or whatever, and you live in an area where they are part of the community. In other words, they are your brothers, whether you are in law enforcement or not, because you support them. Okay, that sort of thing. Let's go up and ask them. Hey guys, I'm curious. You guys all have rifles. What are they? Are they M4s? Are they AKs? Are they 300 blackout? Are they? I will bet you $100 that what they're going to tell you is that they are derivatives of the AR-15 system, meaning that they are some sort of AR-15. Manufacturers are irrelevant. They're all going to be high-class weapons, and I can almost guarantee you that they're going to be in some sort of 5.56. Or they may say 223 or something of that nature, but they're all going to be the same caliber, they're all going to be the same type, they're all going to take the same magazine, and that's what's important. You need to choose a weapon that is in line with what the rest of the environment is using. What do the most law enforcement people use? It's going to be some sort of an AR in 5.56, and it's going to accept either GI mags or Magpul mags or some of the very high quality magazines that are made for the platform. My personal preference, Magpuls are fantastic. A little shout out to my buddy Dwayne Liptick. Lancers are also excellent. Of course, you know, GI mags are growing on trees. All right, you might as well pick some before the communists take over and ban everything. So, guys, that's it in a nutshell. Now, we can argue about optics, we can argue about barrel lengths, we can argue about all these different things, and we will talk about those briefly. The upper is going to be the heart of your platform. Now, here's an interesting thing. Everybody argues about lowers for the AR system. You know what, guys? I will be perfectly honest with you, except for some cheesy, cheap, fly-by-night companies, and I think everybody knows who they are. All the lowers out there on the market, as long as they are mil spec, in other words, they are designed to work with a U.S. military upper and parts and so on and so forth, as long as they're a high quality item, it really doesn't matter where you get your lower. The important parts of the lower is that it be mil spec and you pop in some really good trigger group on it. My personal preference, what I have on all my rifles, is the Geisley system. They are traditional. It's not the drop-in thing. It's just what I prefer. There's some other very good ones out there. I would suggest a 2-stage trigger because, again, these are for fighting, not for hunting or competition or whatever. And we're not talking about and I'm going to go ahead and say it, we're not talking about a sniper's weapon right here. We're talking about what might be a general purpose, general application, anti-personnel rifle. Certainly, if you want to create something that's specific for the precision mindset or the sniper's application, certainly you can get more dedicated trigger systems for those. But what we're talking about right now, what we're going to be talking about is sort of a general application for 2021 America. Okay, so AR accepts GI, Magpul, Lancer mags, 5.56, and use a mil-spec lower with a nice trigger in it. The rest kind of all depends on what your preferences are. We'll talk about those shortly.